Hello and welcome to Learn Maths with Bola. Today we'll be learning the topic addition and subtraction of mixed fraction. We'll be learning together the topic addition and subtraction of mixed fraction. And what is a mixed fraction? A mixed fraction is a fraction that has a whole part and a proper fraction. So a mixed fraction contains a whole number and a proper fraction. I did a previous video explaining all this, but basically just as a refresher, that's what I'm using this for in this video. So if you want to understand the concept of mixed fraction, proper fraction, improper fraction, please refer to that video. You can watch that video on this channel. An example of a mixed fraction is 3 whole number. So when we want to call it out, we say 3 whole number 1/7, telling you that the 3 is a whole number standing alone and 1/7 is the fraction. Let's go on to business of adding and subtracting a mixed fraction. So this is an example of an addition of a mixed fraction. So when we see a question like this is a mixed fraction, and it has a special and a unique characteristics which is obvious when you look at it very well. The proper fraction is a like fraction, so they have the same denominator. We did in the video I did before this, I explained how to add a like fraction or like fraction, and also how to subtract a like fraction and an unlike fraction. Like I say to my pupils in class, mathematics is a foundational subject. You have to build on the foundation of what you have learned before. And when I teach them, I encourage them not to jump steps or not to jump protocols, to just understand the foundation and how to move on. So the same thing with mixed fraction. So that was why I did a video before explaining the proper fraction, where you have a like fraction and unlike fraction. So you can please watch that tutorial if you don't have any knowledge at all about adding a like or an unlike fraction, though I'll still explain it in the course of this video, so you can still stay with me. This number is a very simple, let me say it's a very simple question. Yes, this question is a very simple question. I'm trying to pick my words. So this question is a very simple question. Now you have 3 and 1. When I want to solve a mixed fraction, I tell my pupils, very easy, there are 2 ways to do it. But in this video, I'll be sticking with the one that I've seen and has proven over the years as easier and more straightforward to learn. So the first method is by just adding the whole numbers separately, then the fractions separately. Though some people use the method which was what I learned when I was in primary school, of first converting this to an improper fraction, you add them together, then you now convert it back to a mixed fraction. It can be very cumbersome. Yes, I advise that you still learn this, but it can be very cumbersome. So why go through the long route when you can just use a faster method, and even a correct one? Like, it's easier to just get your answers correctly. So I'll be using that method in this video. Probably in the future I'll just do another video explaining the other method I spoke about before. So let's go into this business of today. So 3 4/7 plus 1 1/7. So we had the whole numbers together first. What do I mean by that? The whole number, the first whole number is 3 plus the second whole number, which is what? 1. So what do? Is as if you are collecting like terms. collecting the ones that are similar, just separating them. Then we had the fractions, the whole numbers before the fractions. So we go on to say, so I introduce a bracket. I usually do this also in class to show that these are separate, this one is separate, and this is another part of the work. So 4/7 plus 1/7, then we close the bracket. So this is the first step. The whole numbers are separated and the fractions are separated. So we go on to say 3 plus 1 is 4. So I'm done with the whole number. I'm done with the whole numbers. I've added them together. But the fraction, looking at this, they are like fractions. These fractions are like. And what do I mean by like fraction? They have the same denominator. So what do? We just pick out one of the denominator, which is 7. Then we add the numerators together, and that is 4 5/7. So very straightforward, very straightforward and easy to solve. So just separate your whole number and your fractions. Once you do that, you can easily solve the question. Let's do another example on. Yeah, 2/6 plus 4 whole number 3/6. We add the whole numbers together first, or separate it, like pick out the whole numbers in one side, then take the fractions on the other side. 2 plus 4, then we add the fractions. 2/6 plus 3/6, then I close the bracket. So very easy from here. At this point, when I get to this point, what I advise is just check the fractions, because when you get to this point, it is another crucial point where you have to understand, what do I do with the fraction? So this is a like fraction. Please, once again, if you didn't watch the video, or you don't understand how to add like and unlike fractions, please watch the video I did about addition and subtraction of like and unlike fractions, so that you can understand this concept faster. So we have 2 plus 4 is 6. Then the denominator and LCM, like LCM means lowest common multiple. LCM means lowest common multiple. That means a number that both of those denominators can divide. So 2 plus 3, which will give us 5/6. The reason why I'm adding my numerators together straightforward like this is because the denominators are the same. Let me give an example. If I decide to share a pineapple into 5 parts, 2 different pineapples, I shared one into 5 parts, then I shared another one into 5 parts. Do you understand? Then at that point, if I take one out of the different pineapples, they will be the same shape, the same size, and the same quantity, which is different from when I share one pineapple into 10 and I share another one into 15. If I pick out of them, they won't be the same size, they won't be the same quantity. So that is why you cannot just add fractions which are not the same denominators like I did here. So we'll still move on to the unlike fraction. 9 4/6 minus 4 3 over 6. So now we've gotten to subtraction. Subtraction will still follow the procedure we did before. The only difference is that we are going to be subtracting the numbers. So we subtract the whole numbers from each other first. 9 minus 4, then we introduce a bracket so that we can subtract the fractions. 4 over 6 minus 3 over 6. So we go on to say 5 into brackets, then we introduce the LCM, which is 6, 4 minus 3, which is 1. Yes, 1 over 6. So the procedure for the steps for subtraction is the same thing with addition. The same thing. Example for like fractions. 7 minus 6 on one side. So I'm going to have 7 minus 6. Then I put 10 over 13 minus 8 over 13 in a bracket. 7 minus 6 is 1, and the LCM of 13 and 13 is 13. We have 10 minus 8, so we have one whole number, 2 over 13. As simple as that. 2 are unlike fractions. The steps are still the same up to that part where you separate the whole number and the fraction. So we put the fractions in the bracket and the whole numbers are separated out. So 7 plus 4 is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. Then you can see that I introduced the fraction part in a particular corner. That's what I do. I tell my pupils, just use a pencil, write it in a particular corner, just a side of the notes, like your worksheet where you are going to jot. I'm going to use this method that I call the butterfly method. I explained it in the previous video, so I will still be referring to that previous video. The butterfly method. So what do I do? Can you see that green circle around 8 and 5? What I say, 5 times 8 is 40. So that's everything in the circle I multiply together. So we keep introducing different circles. Then 5 times 5 is 25. Can you see that I wrote the 25 beside the circle because I don't want things to be muddled up. Then 8 times 1 is 8. Very easy. So we have 8 times 5 is 40. Then 5 times 5 is 25. Then 8 times 1 is 8. Then what do I have? Why did I do this? Why did I have to draw these beautiful circles joining together to look like a butterfly? The reason why I did this is because when you have different denominators, then it is important you find the LCM. And I said LCM means lowest common multiple. That means when you multiply the two numbers or a number that both of these denominators can divide. So we have 25 plus 8, then the LCM goes under them. So we had those numbers, then the LCM goes under it. Let me explain that again. We have 25 plus 8, then the LCM, which is the multiplication of your denominator, is 40. So we have 1133 over 40. So 25 plus 8 is basically 33. Example to explain. So we bring out the whole numbers. Don't forget whole numbers first. We separate them and we separate the fractions. 3 over 5 plus 1 over 4. The next thing is to add the whole numbers together. Then we go on to work with our butterfly method for our like fractions. So we have 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 5 is 5. Very simple. So the 12 plus 5, then you have the LCM as 20. I'll take that again. We have 5 times 4 is 20. So 5 times 4 is 20. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 1 is 5. So it's just like you are mixing this and this. You are matching two on different sides, then we form another fraction with it. So we have 12 plus 5 divided by 20. 17 over 20. So we have two whole number. 12 plus 5 is 17 divided by 20. As simple as that. So let's go on to subtraction. 9 3 over 4 minus 5 3 over 8. 9 minus 5 on one side, then 3 over 4 minus 3 over 8 on another side. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestions, any comments, please you can drop your comments in the comment section, or you can send me an email at learnmathswithbola@gmail.com. You can also contact me on my social media platforms to give me suggestions, topics you love me to create a video for, or topics you would like me to explain. So just drop all your comments in the comment section. I'm available to read your comments and also to improve, because I want to serve you better. This is more than just showcasing a knowledge. I'm not even here to showcase any knowledge that I have. I'm here to help as many as I can. So please drop your comments, suggestions and feedbacks. Thank you. Let's go back to our fraction. 9 minus 5 is 4. So we go on again to the butterfly method. Addition or subtraction, we still use the butterfly method. 4 times 8 is 32. And 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12. So we bring them together to have 24 minus 12 divided by 32. So we have 4 whole number. 24 minus 12 is 12 over 32. At this point, I want to point out something. Here. We have 4 whole number, 12 over 32. 4 in this part of the country, in Nigeria, as much as I know, if you are in primary 3, primary 2, you'll probably be allowed to leave your fraction like this. And I don't know if you have noticed anything. The thing that what I'm trying to say now is that 4 12 over 32, 12 and 32 have a common factor. That means a number that can divide 12 and divide 32. That is where the concept of equivalent fraction comes in. So 4 can divide 12 to get where you have 3, and 4 in 32 is 8. So at that point, if you're in classes like primary 4, primary 5 or primary 6, your answer as expected will be 4 whole number 3 over 8. So that is the way your answer should be. But for the sake of this lesson, I don't want to even go into lowest term or lowest form, no. So let's leave it here. This is the last example, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can see that subscribe button, that red button staring at you, crying and saying, please just press me. So we have 3 minus 1, 6 over 7 minus 2 over 5. So we have 2, and using the butterfly method, 7 times 5 is 35, 6 times 5 is 30, 2 times 7 is 14. 30 minus 14 over 35. So we have 2 whole number 16 over 35. So I hope you've learned something from this tutorial. If you like this video and you've learned something, don't forget to press the like button. Don't forget to share this video, and don't also forget to tell as many people as you can about this channel. Thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me. And don't also forget to follow me on Facebook, on my Instagram page, TikTok, my Pinterest page for more tutorials, and also for worksheets and for questions that you can just try your hands on, and the solution is always available. Thank you once again. Bye.